no restriction. We'll be balling with good formation. Is it 4-3-3 on a 4-4-2?
Hello and welcome to yet another 4-3-3 football update video. Today we shall be answering the question: is Barcelona's attack now the best in Europe? First of all, we are going to highlight the strength of Barcelona attack and then compare it to the attack of top teams in Europe at the moment to see what makes Barcelona attack better than all of them. So let's check out Barcelona's attack. We have Ansu Fati, Ousmane Dembele, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Memphis Depay. Ansu Fati can play as a left or right winger, striker, and second striker. As you can see, he's very versatile. Positioning, finishing, and dribbling are probably his best qualities. He's that kind of player who can make a difference with just one touch. We have seen him do this on numerous occasions. Chief amongst these was when he returned from injury and scored the third goal against Levante to allay the fears of Barcelona fans after a 3-match winless streak back in 2021. And as for Dembele, after some difficulties, he's finally managed to stay fit and he's been consistently helping Barcelona improve on all fronts. In the previous season, he even got the most assists. He can play on either wing, and as most of you know, he can use both feet. Because of this, defenders are weary of him. They don't know where his next direction would be. As if that isn't enough, he's just one of the fastest players in the world at the moment. Don't let him beat you, because if he does, there's no catching him. His dribbling is quite tough to handle. His shooting prowess is good too. His shooting power is incredible. Sometimes he shoots blind, but if he catches it very well, it's most times goal bound. Of course, sometimes Dembele can be a little unsharp and can even lose the ball in a sloppy way, but that's the only downside to him really. So with him, Xavi got an absolute little weapon, and this is because he can score, play from all three attacking positions, become the playmaker if need be, and like last season, assist a lot of goals. And then we have Ferran Torres, and though some people might think he won't add much depth this season, it's important to hold our horses and watch as his abilities unfurl. Just like Ansu Fati, he is versatile and can play as in both the left and right wing, as well as play from the striker position. He makes great runs, and before the coming of Lewandowski, even Xavi says he was the best forward when it comes to positioning. He has a great vision too, but he really needs to improve on his finishing, which is his greatest weakness, and he will become one of the best strikers in the world. Next on the list is Rafinha. He seems to me like the perfect attacker for Barcelona. He's got that kind of flair that could be used to entertain Barcelona fans, just like Barcelona legends like Ronaldo, De Lima, and Ronaldinho. And the fact that he can play from both wings, he's prolific at shooting too. As if that isn't good enough, his passing and crossing accuracy is almost perfect. I'm telling you, he's the player that Xavi will never regret signing. And then to striking genius from Poland, Robert Lewandowski. He's easily one of the best goal scorers in this generation, and I wouldn't hesitate to say at least the very best when it comes to pure goal scoring and finishing chances, better than Messi and Ronaldo have ever been. Apart from the 2012 Messi, maybe, his positioning is near perfect. He knows where to be at every point in time. His link-on play and playmaking is also top-notch. Even when he's not in a shooting position, he can pick out a teammate with a very difficult pass using his top-notch vision and perfect awareness. He obviously isn't one of those players that score screamers that make people shout and ooh, but his shot accuracy is inch perfect, and the fact that he is very rarely injured and always fit is the reason he can walk into any top team in Europe and become the first choice striker. Finally, we have Memphis Depay, who after a summer filled with rumors has decided to stay in Barcelona. He can play from the left wing and striker positions and will prove to be an important asset for Xavi this season. His strongest suit is dribbling and shooting, and his link-up play isn't that terrible. The lack of pace is his greatest bane, and it's really a shame that that is his problem. He would have been absolutely unplayable, but generally he's one of the decent strikers, and overall having these players who can play in at least two different attacking positions is always a boost to any team. And Xavi must be really excited, smiling, grinning, from ear to ear that he has these players in his arsenal right now. There's no team in the world with such a combination of players. This also results in the exchange of wings amongst players in Barcelona and having them introduced into different positions during the game, which is something that defines every top-tier attack. The illustrious trio of Messi, Suarez and Neymar, for example, who switch positions all the time. Rafinha and Dembele can switch from wing to wing, and if Lewandowski can operate from the wing to then Ansu Fati, for example, can go to the middle to complete a trio. The point here is that Barcelona will always have a free dynamic attack this season, which is incredibly difficult offense to defend against. The lack of movement of forwards was often a problem for Barcelona during the last couple of years. That problem has not only been solved now, it has also added competition to Xavi's side, especially in the starting 11, as every one of these players will need to be at his very best, otherwise they just lose their place. So there's no excuse to only be at 80, 85 or 90% or anything less than 100, which was the case most times in previous dispensations. Also, if someone's having an off day, Xavi can just decide to take him off the field completely, as the team won't be relying on only one player as often done in the past. This is why Barcelona attack is so good, and even the best if you ask me directly. Now, compared to the attack of other top European clubs, how they are the best. Let's look at Real Madrid, for instance. We've got Benzema in the striking role and Vinicius Jr. in the left wing. Together, these two players formed a deadly striking partnership last season, even the best both in La Liga and Europe, if you ask me. But on the right, they don't have a player like Vinicius Jr. or Benzema, Rodrigo or Lucas Vazquez, and maybe Valverde can shine some days, but their inconsistency is the weak link within this Real Madrid attacking side. But Barcelona will always be dangerous from both sides. Again, if Benzema or Vinicius Jr. gets injured, there's no one to replace them. Oh, I almost forgot Eden Hazard, but to be honest, he's nowhere near his form in his Chelsea days. Hence, Barcelona attack is way better overall than Real Madrid's. Next would be Manchester City. We can't talk about Man City attack without talking about Erling Haaland, one of the best strikers in the world. There's maybe only one striker who is better than him, and that, you may have guessed correctly, is Robert Lewandowski. Although Lewandowski might be older and Haaland may have a huge career in front of him, but right now Lewandowski is better on the wings. They have Riyad Mahrez and Alvarez. Also, Foden and Grealish can play in the attack too, but none of them is as dangerous as Barcelona are, and definitely less depth in Man City. Hence, Barcelona's attack is way better. What team have we not highlighted? Oh, Liverpool, of course. The attack is quite dangerous as well. They've got Firmino, Salah, Jota, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Fabio Carvalho. Yes, indeed, they might have similar depth as Barcelona, but the major difference here is that, first of all, most Liverpool attackers are far less versatile. Hence, generally, they will be way less dynamic. Barcelona has the best goal scorer in the world at the moment. Núñez is not a striker at Lewandowski's level. An argument would have been made if we're talking about Mane, but Núñez isn't at that level yet. So this is why Barcelona attack is way better. Now to the most difficult part of this video, which is comparing Barcelona attack to that of Bayern Munich. They have Sané, Koeman, Gnabry and Mane. Müller and Musiala can also join the attack from wherever they are joining from. They really have a scary attack if you ask me, but there's no one there that can score over 50 goals in a season. But in Barcelona there is. But Bayern may have the same versatility and depth that Barcelona has, but funny enough, the only difference is Robert Lewandowski. So it's safe to say that Bayern have one of the best three attacks in the world. So they're in third place, Barcelona in the first place if you ask me, and you may have guessed correctly, PSG are in the second place. The front three of Messi, Neymar and Mbappe can hurt any defense. They are certainly the best. The only attack that can be better is Barcelona's. When it comes to the quality in the starting three, PSG would win the competition in landslide victory over Barcelona, but it is more than what hits the eye really. I would say that Lewandowski is a bit better than Mbappe. Dembele is currently as good as Neymar, and Messi is the difference here. I know it's difficult to believe that Dembele and Neymar are equal in quality, but here is the thing. Both of them have equal strength when it comes to playmaking and finishing, and in dribbling, Neymar is a bit better, but he isn't two-footed as Dembele is. So again, the difference is Messi. This brings us to the part where we know that all of them won't be fit week in, week out. They will need to rest in some of the games, and it is then that depth shall have to play an important role in deciding the games and the team with the best attack. Without the best three that are starting, they would have Icardi, Sarabia, and Etikite. Unless we forget, even Icardi has joined Galatasaray last week. So you see, Barcelona has a far more better depth compared to PSG. What this means is that in an event where Dembele will have a bad day, Xavi would just decide to introduce Rafinha, and he would like to prove himself because he would not want to lose his place and become a bench warmer. But if Neymar has a bad day, what would happen? He would just remain on the pitch, grinding it out until something happens, or they lose the game, or do not score. This is what makes Barcelona's attack better. Lest I forget, Barcelona's forward are all disciplined, especially because of Xavi. Everyone knows their roles. There won't be squabbles in the dressing room as to who takes penalties and other dead ball situations. So the difference in quality of players is slightly in the favor of PSG, but in depth it is massively in Barcelona's favor. So if you ask me if it is Barcelona that has the best attack in the world right now, I'll reply with an emphatic yes. But everyone knows that attacks can only score goals. You need the best defense to be at the top of the games too, especially to lift titles. Thanks for watching to the very end of this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know, and if you don't, I would like to hear your opinion as I look forward to making better videos for your consumption. Do kindly subscribe and tap that bell icon to get notified every single time I make a new upload. I will see you in the next video, but until then, stay updated. Booyaka!
No restriction. We'll be balling with good formation. Is a 4-3-3 on a 4-4-2.